Welcome back to Music Culture Daily. I'm your boy Maurice.
And I'm Lee from The Culture Decides. Happy to be here. Happy to speak to you all today.
Thanks for joining me on today's episode. I greatly appreciate it. I love what you're doing. I love your content. I love your platform. Thank you for coming on. Definitely, y'all, follow her at The Culture Decides. She has a lot of dope content over there. So definitely check her out as well. So let's jump right into it, yo. Let's get right into the episode, yo. Of course, we want to talk about the big news that's going on in the world of hip hop. And we all know who that is, man. J. Cole shocked the hip hop world last week, a few days ago, when he announced the long awaited the fall off and everything like that through his social media. So
Right.
what are your thoughts on that? How are you feeling? What are you expecting from the fall off? Like, what are your thoughts coming to this project? What you expecting?
Yeah, no, great question. I mean, I was definitely excited to see that post. I was
Yeah.
excited to see we actually got a track, and it sounds like we getting two discs. I mean, listen, there's a lot of music to come up from him, but I would say, you know, I'll be honest, I was a J. Cole fan very early in his career, and I feel like after, like, KOD, even, like, that album into, like, Might Delete Later and other projects, I was kinda like, he's kinda missing that overall project being a overall, like, hit, you know what I'm saying? Those
Right, right.
projects that, like, from top to bottom, I could just play it, you know what I'm saying? So, I feel like the replay value on, like, those projects were a little bit down, but after hearing track 2, I was like, "All right, this is what I need. This is what
Yeah.
I'm looking for." Not that grippy shit that he did off of Cash Cobain's fucking sample. I feel like, okay, you wanna play with, like, the young kids, that's cool, and hop on the track with them, that's fine, but, like, he could have delivered, the lyrics that I know he's capable of on even something like that. So now hearing him being his true self, I'm excited. Honestly, that's where I'm at with it. But how are you feeling? How are you feeling about it?
I'm excited about the project. Like you said, the snippet, the song that he dropped, like that really, like the song that he dropped, like the rapping in reverse, like it pays homage and ode to of course, the Nas classic Rewind. And it's so much to unpack with that song. Like I was feeling good. So for what I'm hearing so far, if the fall off is anything like what we're hearing from what he dropped, it's just a little bit of music. I think we in for a great J. Cole project. That's how, my first is. I'm going ahead and going out on a limb with this one. I'm going ahead and call it. I think it's gonna be J. Cole's best album to date.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be his best one. I think it's gonna be his classic album. I think it's gonna have great replay value. I think it's gonna be something you could come back to. And like the rumor is, a lot of people speculating it might be a two disc album. So more music from J. Cole for me, we can eat off of. So I would love that. So yeah, that's my initial thoughts on it so far.
Yeah, no, for sure. I definitely agree with a couple of statements said there. I do think this is gonna deliver better quality than he has in a minute, and I do think it has the potential to be a classic of his, especially with the way he's been marketing. That's one thing I love about Cole. He's
Yeah.
always a big fan of pouring into his art, and it's not just here's the album, take it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, which will do even if he does that. But like he'll put a story behind it, he'll give you content behind it. A lot of things that I feel like these newer rappers skip out on. They skip out on the marketing and really putting the project out there and showing like, yo, this is what it took to put this together, and like putting that story in reverse. Just listening to his career, I was like, yo, this is that Cole I'm looking for. Let's keep that energy up. I do want to see him expand with his production. I know he's a big fan of making stuff himself.
yeah, yeah. He does.
Let's hear you with some other people on there for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you. To piggyback on what you're saying, I would love to hear him with some other producers and stuff like that. I know J. Cole, if a lot of people may not know that, but he does produce a lot of his own music. So them checks looking nice for him. So I guess he don't want to, share in that publishing or whatever,
Right.
you know. But, like how you were saying, I think all of us hip hop fans are waiting for this project because it's been a minute. I
Right.
think on KOD is when he first announced that this album was coming, and that was what 2018. So it's been almost 10 years that J. Cole hip hop heads and fans been waiting to hear this project, and I don't think he's gonna let us down. Especially all the stuff he been through, all the shit, the beef we all know.
Right.
That he took a lot of heat, a lot of flack for that. He committed the cardinal sin in hip hop, making a diss record on a nigga, then, popping his shit, then taking it back in apology. We all know he got killed for that deservedly. So, that's an unwritten rule in hip hop. You can't,
Yeah.
You can't diss a nigga and then apologize and then delete the diss and stuff like that. So he took a lot of heat for that. So I think he's going to make up for it with this. And I think his true core audience don't care about that. They don't care
Yeah.
about him apologizing, and stuff like that. So he still got his fans. He still got, people expecting this album. This gonna be an album of the year contender. As soon as it drop, of course, it's gonna make everybody's, I'm assuming, top 10 list for the year, but yeah, we getting Cole in the first quarter of the year,
Yeah, that's
It's a great year.
strong.
Yeah, it's a great year.
Yeah, that's a good sign for sure. I do think, like you said about like just him catching, some heat for that. I'm
Yeah,
gonna take this back. You can't
yeah,
take it back, bruh.
yeah. Can't do,
But
yeah, can't
I
do that.
right. It's just like, bro, why did you even drop it in the first place? And
Yeah,
that's how
right.
I felt. That's how I felt about it. I was like, bro, you did not need to do this.
Yeah,
And
man.
even if you were like, oh, I didn't peep the vibes. I thought Homeboys was gonna be on some chill shit.
Yeah.
One, I feel like you should know Drake and know where he was coming from.
Right.
Two, why are you playing a pawn to somebody that you rap better than?
Exactly.
Three, even if you thought that, you should have been like, listen, I'm leaving this here. When y'all ready to just keep it competition, hit me up. Other than that, leave me out of it. No reason for him to take it back. But I digress. I do agree with your point about saying his true core fans, they don't care about it. They don't care whether he took it back or not. But like the people that are rap fans overall that aren't necessarily like loyal to one rapper, they're like, hey, come on, bro. You ain't had to do that.
He lost a lot of cool points with that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Me, I'm a J. Cole fan. I didn't really mind it as much. I still get the criticism and it's deservingly so, but I wasn't killing him like a lot of people like, man, I ain't never listened to that nigga no more. To me, it wasn't that serious. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, really? This is J. Cole, man.
Right.
Get it? But like you said, his true rap fans, we waiting for the fall off. We're gonna be the first ones listening to it. It's still gonna do numbers. It's gonna debut at number 1 on the charts. It's probably gonna sell probably 300,000-400,000 copies first week.
Right.
He doing the bundle, he doing the vinyl and everything like that. He's still gonna do his numbers. Like I said, he has millions of fans. Did he lose some people with that? Of course, but.
Right.
He's still J. Cole. Now, let's not get it twisted now.
Yeah,
He's
for
one of the
sure.
greatest rappers of all time. Let's not get it fucked up.
Where would you put him on that list? That's definitely a statement that people argue about. So where you put him on that list?
That is an interesting. I would say now this is no lie. I would definitely put J. Cole in the top 20.
Top 20. Okay.
And I know people like top 20, like it's a lot of great. I definitely think top 20 lyricists of all time, like top 20, top 50, top 10. I can't go that far. I don't think he has an official bona fide classic album. He has great albums. He has good albums and stuff, but does he have like that, like a Kendrick guy, you know what I'm saying, with good ass City to Pimp a Butterfly, Nas, Jay-Z and them got, Reasonable Doubts, the Illmatics of the world. Do we have one of those in his collection? I don't think so. I know it's all subjective. You might think he has a bona fide classic, but I think I'll put him in the top 15 to 20. As a rapper, I will put him up there. What about yourself? How do you feel? Where do you rank J. Cole on your personal list?
Right. I think that's a fair rating that you gave him. Now, as far as bona fide album, that's just like that. Just when you hear Cole, you hear that project.
Yeah,
I do think he has one, but I feel like it's the diehard Cole fans that hold that project the way that's Forest Hill Drives. You know what I'm saying? And
that's
I
my
do
favorite Cole album.
Yeah, and that I think that answers one of the questions here. Our all-time fave. I will put that as my all-time fave. See, I gotta get my shit right. So you would say that's your all-time fave. I'm gonna answer, but that's your all-time. Yeah, same here.
Yeah, that's my best J. Cole album. Yeah, today.
Yeah, for sure. And I would say that is, but if we're trying to say like an album that reaches the masses, the overall impact, maybe this one could be that, depending on how he plays it.
I think
Now, as far as like how I'm feeling, I would say honestly, I will put him in that top 15. I think he could be in the top 15 for sure.
I think so. And I don't think that's a reach. I don't think that's we tripping or whatever. I'm talking about as a bona fide rapper. It's not like too many rappers that can rap better than Jermaine Cole. Like, dude,
Right,
nice. Like, and he said it. He wasn't gonna lose that Kendrick Lamar beef. And
right.
I love Kendrick, but that would have been a great battle. Him and
Oh,
Kendrick.
for sure. Sometimes
Yeah,
I wish it was that, you
yeah,
know?
that's what I wanted. Drake, man, no, that ain't.
Yeah, cause you crying over here, boo-hoo, like, I do wish like, I honestly wish they would still do it, like, you know what, we doing it, this is how it should have been. This is how it should have been, you know what I'm saying?
Do it for hip hop.
Yeah, just and like it could even just be like yo, versus y'all need an idea. This is the
Mm.
idea. Get these two on the stage. It doesn't even have to be a
Well,
whole thing that's dragged out. Let's just get some straight up like cipher type of
yeah, battle.
freestyle.
Yeah,
You know, like that will go hard.
that would be crazy.
Now, all right. So we did touch on like a little bit of like how there's those general fans that's like how, oh, that did a stain on his career, blah blah blah, with that whole move. Really,
There's
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I acknowledge that.
I would acknowledge that. I'm a J. Cole, but hey, bro, you fucked up with that one. Because
Right.
hip hop circle, that's an unwritten rule. You don't do that. Like you said, don't. Why do you jump out there? You should have just
Yeah.
fell back. But yeah, keep going, keep going. It's a stain on him. It
Yeah,
was.
it definitely is a stain. Now, do you think he still has the right to walk around and be like, I'm the top one, I'm the illest
Popping that.
doing it, you know what I'm saying? Do he still got that right? Because some people are saying like, oh, I don't even want to hear that. I've seen
Yeah,
tweet people
yeah.
like, yo, if I hear that, I'm turning it off immediately. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. They hard on. Do we have the right to still walk around and give that your favorite rapper don't want it with me talk? Everybody know how J. Cole do. I'll put your favorite rapper head neck in the noose, and rhyming with me is the biggest mistake. Nah, I think he lost that. I think he got to come on this one with a little being humble, a little bit, and just rap because they saying this might be his last album. He might not be making no more albums. I think would he touch on the beef and what happened? He probably make a song and mention it. Probably,
Hmm.
the fans. This would be his first project since the beef
Right.
started. So would he touch on it? I think he will, but can he still be popping that J. Cole shit that we came to know him for? I think he lost that. I think he lost that because now everybody gonna like, man, you all talk. You won't want no smoke, man. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So as soon as somebody come at you or you ain't gonna do it, apologize or fold or something like that. That's my take on it. What do you think? Do you think he still can be bragging and talking about, he'll kill your favorite rapper type?
Yeah.
Do you think
Listen, as a fan for a minute, I was mad at him for that move. So at first I was like, I was there with him. Like, nah, he better not come. Cause respectfully so, everybody was gonna be like, well, you did have the chance to prove yourself, right? So
right?
it's like, I can't, now I'm having a hard time defending you against the masses. And
Yeah,
that's where you got me fucked up. If he plays this album in an angle where it's like, oh yeah, I'm actually gonna address that. Here's why I did what I did. I thought it was gonna be on some shit like this, but it ended up being some shit like that. But regardless, I'm still number one. If y'all wanna come at me on some real shit, I'm here. He could maybe pull it, and depending on how those bars go, people would be like, okay, we're gonna have to see Jermaine, but I don't know. I challenge him to do it and not back down for the battle again if he does it. You know what I'm saying? If he does it and someone pulls up to him like, "All right, bet Cole, what's good?" He gotta go in the booth immediately. Ain't
think
no
so.
waiting for the next project. I honestly even I want to also address like the whole thing about like, is this really the last one? Like, do we really feel like
I
this
hope
is
not.
the last one? Me too. I hope not. But I feel like it's kind of playing into this whole theme of like, I don't know, like he had the off season and then like I don't know if it's like, yo, this is where people think I'm at right now. I had this whole moment, people
Right.
think I'm falling off, and I know this was an idea even before that, right?
Right. Right.
But I wonder if this is meant to be on purpose in the sense of like, yo, they thinking I'm falling off. Oh nah, here's my fall off album. It's gonna remain in your rotation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking he's pulling it like that and he's still gonna be popping out, but who knows? That's me wishful thinking.
Yeah. That's
Hopefully
what you
Cole takes that idea, you know what I'm saying? At
think.
Cole.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hope I mean, all rappers have done this before, saying this is their last album. Then you wait 2, 3 years to go by, and they popping back out with something else. But J. Cole does strike me as the type of guy that doesn't really to be in the spotlight. So if it is a rapper that will say they're gonna retire, I think it will be him. If we're gonna believe a rapper that's really gonna retire, I think J. Cole will be that dude. Like he'll drop this album because we all know we don't see him, you don't hear from him, he don't do interviews. He drop his music and he lives his personal private life. He not on social, what I'm saying? You're not in, you don't see him on tabloids and doing this, doing that. So if it's gonna be a rapper that we need to believe, I think it would be him. Saying that he won't come back, I don't think it'd be his last album. But if I had to bank on it, J. Cole not putting out no more based off of his personality and how he seemed to be, he'll be there. I think he will stop and give it up. He probably because he don't like seem like a type that's driven by materialistic things, and he done made a lot of money. So I think he'd be like, man, I'm just straight. I could just run Dreamville and put out artists, the JIDs and all these guys and stuff like that. So he might not be bluffing with this. If indeed, I don't think, did he say that or is this just speculation that this is his last album? I don't,
Actually have to
I don't
fact
think,
check that.
yeah, I don't think
Did
I
he
ever
say
heard him say
himself?
it though.
'Cause like, a lot of things start as rumor.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I don't think I heard him say it. Now, if he did or he made mention to it, because like I said, this build up for this album has been almost 10 years, so he could have
Right.
said it.
I'm like, "Did you really plan this?"
So,
He
like,
strongly hinted, and then he had lyrics that said last album.
okay.
Hmm. Yeah, we gonna have like we gonna see how it play. I think he's a man of his word at times, so I wouldn't be surprised like if like you said, if he actually means what he says. But I do think it'll be an opportunity for him to like, hey, all right, I've built myself as an artist. Like you said, committed to Dreamville and building other artists. I think it's a time for him to tap into them for real, because I was disappointed with like just the development of like Ari Lennox and like,
Yeah.
I do think there's like an opportunity there for him to show that, oh, this is something I could do too. I can actually build talent. And JID, amazing, phenomenal
Hey,
rapper.
yeah.
Like
He's
how
on.
do Right. How do we take him to the next level? How do we get him to sell out his own arenas and stadium? You know what I'm saying? Not
Yeah, yeah,
just like I'm doing the Fillmore Theater or wherever, it might be a ballroom in North Carolina. I don't know what she got popping over there, but you know what I'm saying? Like, how do we
right.
get him to that bigger stage? And I think he's on the way there, but he's been grinding for such a long time. I just don't want him to just like plateau. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's all speculation. We're gonna see. We already know if it is a double album, we already know we ain't getting no more J. Cole for probably at least 2, 3, 4 years. He gonna bless us with that. But they have, like a lot of people have been saying, double albums don't tend to work well in hip hop. It's only been a couple of that you can name that's actually succeeded and were actually classics. Tupac with All Eyes on Me, Biggie with Life After Death. I guess you could throw in the Wu-Tang double this album, Wu-Tang Forever. But it's been a lot of people tried it, and it's been some goats up there. Jay-Z double album was nah.
Yeah.
Nas double album was good, but it wasn't, nothing. And there's been others that tried it. So a lot of people are like, shit, is this a good idea? If indeed this
Right.
is a double album. So what you think? Do you think do you think J. Cole can pull off a double album? I think he can.
I am wondering if he can. It really depends on how many songs each,
That's
because
what people say.
if we're talking like you got this one is 20 songs alone, then I'm like, all right, bro, you done stretched it. You should have split that up 10 and 10 across,
Nope.
and that's already like 20 songs. I'm already like, bro, this better really be good because you pushing it right now.
Yeah.
And like, I know he has the potential. He also likes to drop those songs that are like 4 or 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it gonna sound redundant after some time? That's my worry
Yeah.
immediately. And like, you know, Drake has done it, not to bring him up, but he has done it before. But that's him offering two different vibes. It's like, here's R&B and here's hip hop. How does Cole play it? Is it gonna be like, I think the best way he could potentially play it, if that's not his idea already, is to have it's obviously gonna be some sort of concept album, right? So maybe it's like, here's my story now versus like have some type of theme that shows a difference between two. Because what I hate is when people do a double album, it's like, what's the purpose here? What was I supposed to get out of this? Like, I
Right.
understand
Right.
if you try to give me two different vibes, but like now it's like there's no theme, it's not cohesive anymore. I don't get it.
Yeah. That's true. And I learned this like a while ago, and I knew a lot of them do double albums to fulfill contract obligations because it counts as two albums, two separate type of albums. So
Wow, okay.
why he doing it? He probably trying to get out of his deal because I think that's what Kendrick did with Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
Right.
He was in a rush, of course, to get off TDE to go do his own thing. So he gave him the double album, which counted as two. I guess they counted as two separate albums. So he owed them two albums, so he gave him a double album and then fulfilled his obligation. So that will be what he's trying to do. If this is a double album, try to fulfill his obligation. He owe him probably two more albums, the label or whatever. And he just said, hey man, let me go ahead and give y'all two albums right now. And let's be done with it. So that could be the play that he's doing there. Or it could be he just want to do because J. Cole's a hip hop junkie. He like you said, he know Nas did it, Jay did it, Big did it, Pop did it,
He
Kendrick did
feel obligated to at this
it. So
point.
I got to do me a double album. So that could be I got to throw my double album out there as well.
Right. I see him honestly more so on that side. Like, I mean, maybe it's a combination,
Yeah, that's
but
true. Good combination.
I think it's gonna depend on the quality. If it sounds like, yo, bro, you just doing some tracks that you had in the vault probably like 15, 20 years now, and they honestly don't even sound that good at this point, then we gonna figure it out by then. We probably gonna have to do a follow-up and do a little
Yeah, yeah.
collab review, like, all right, let's fast forward. What things are true and what's not.
Right, right. So that is true. Like you said, if it sounds like something they just threw together, like yeah, he did this just to get out of a deal or something. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
That's gonna be the giveaway right there. Like, all
Giveaway.
right.
Hey, he just trying to give them two albums and I'm out. You know what I'm saying? So that could be what it is. He probably trying to renegotiate, so he's gonna threaten to retire to drive the price up. It's gonna be a war. He's gonna get that big check. He trying to get that money. He trying to get that big check. Drake
Right.
got it. All them guys getting it. So J. Cole said, I'm about to get it too. So that could be a possibility as well. But like I said, we don't know. We don't know what this project is going to be, but based off of J. Cole's his past discography and what he's done in hip hop, we wouldn't expect nothing but a great album, a good album from him. Because in my opinion, I don't think he ever dropped a bad album. Have you? Do you think J. Cole got a bad album in his discography? Or it might not be one you don't like as much, but do you think he has a bad
A
album?
bad album?
Trash. I don't think he have a trash album. I don't think so.
Like a trash one? Not like overall bad. Maybe just like, hey, this didn't live up to my
Okay,
expectations.
okay.
I'm looking through all of them. I'm just like, not like, not bad. Just like,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, because I feel like there's like, when you have like your favorites, people that just deliver high quality, you kind of have like this meter of like, this is bad for you.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, if I'm giving the public's opinion, this is like, all right, it's okay. It's not the worst. It's not bad.
Right.
I mean, Grippy was bad. That song that was bad.
I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, like you said, for you is bad, but for any other rapper, this is a great album. For
Exactly.
lesser talented rapper, like this would be great for them, but for you, you could do better than this. So
Right.
that makes sense.
No, that's definitely my standard with anybody that I like to listen to. I'm like, all right, bruh. Like even with Drake, when I was more so like when I did appreciate his music, it's like, all right, bruh, you starting to fall off a little bit. This was before the Kendrick thing. This is
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? We talking like CLB after that,
Yeah,
starting to like, okay, that was good, but what's
yeah,
going on? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
I'm with you. I'm with you.
so it's like standards. There's difference.
Yeah, like I said, I like Drake sometime. I'm not the
Yeah.
biggest Drake fan, but I think he gets busy when he actually rapping. Like when he's rapping, I know a lot of people say he'll write, his stuff, but whatever. You
When
know,
he raps and when he honestly sticks to like honestly, I don't mind the lover boy
oh,
Drake.
I don't like that Drake.
You don't like that Drake?
I don't
I
like his change.
honestly, I think that's the Drake that gets the most success because the ladies are tapped in, right? And that's what carries him the most. But I think when he gets overly into the, yeah, you
I
know
mean,
what me
tough.
and my guy's gonna
You
do to
got tough.
you,
Yeah,
it's like, man, listen,
yeah. Like you heard Kendrick. I like Drake with the melodies. I don't like
yeah, you
tough.
know, I was like, he's not wrong.
Yeah, 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 yeah. He does be trying to act like a tough guy. Like, chill out, Drake. Chill out.
Yeah, and,
But
like,
like,
when he does the tough guy, it's alright, bro, that's cool, but it's like, you know, it's fine. It's fine that you have your lane.
yeah,
That
he
is
does.
fine. Like, people used to I don't know if, like, people have this memory, but for me, I remember being in, like, school and, like, people would make fun of people that were, like, overly Drake fans. Be like, "Oh, you on your Lover Boy shit." Like, that was what he was known for, so
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
him trying to be on this, but whatever, I digress. We gonna
yeah.
move on to one of the tops. We gonna move on to a man that had to, I guess, speak up this time because it's just been too many times that has sneak dissing the family, and they going on what baby number 4? I don't know. They building the village, but
Yeah, they building their own squad over there.
yeah. ASAP Rocky finally
ASAP.
dropped "Don't Be Dumb."
Love that title. Don't be dumb.
Right.
That is life. Don't be dumb out there, people.
That's what we need. A top of 2026, a
Yeah,
little lesson. So
yeah.
we got our fresh take. So yo, I'm gonna let you kick it off with how you feeling about it. Like, are you an ASAP fan first of all? Like,
I like ASAP. I'm not gonna say I'm the biggest fan of his, but I like his music. I'm finding myself going back to some of his older stuff. So I like ASAP. I like him as a rapper. Of course, what he does on the fashion side and all that kind of stuff. He's a icon within that space alone. He's doing his acting thing. But yeah, as a rapper, I like him. And this new project, Don't Be Dumb, I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. It had some interesting songs on there. It was a little different. He had some like some it seemed like some garage band, like some garage rock
yeah, like
type of thing.
punk rocky, I guess, is the theme.
Yeah, he had some of that going on there. So overall I thought it was a solid project. If I have to give it a ranking, out of 10, I would give it a 7.5, a 7.5, maybe a 8. Uh, I think that's fair. As some people might think that's too high. I've been seeing a lot of mixed reviews for some people, but I've been seeing more positive than I'm not gonna say mixed, but I've been seeing probably 70, 30, 70 being more positive and stuff like that about the album. So I give it about a 7.5, 8. Depends. You got to listen to it a little bit more. Yeah, that's my take on. What about you? How are you feeling about the new project? Don't be
Yeah. No, I think that was a fair score. I like to let projects marinate a bit, but
right,
this is like
right.
my fresh take. And honestly, for my first listen, I did run it twice before, and my first time I was just like, okay, the punk garage type of
Yeah,
vibes that you talk about. I was like, I don't know, this might take a few listens for me to get listened to, but those were kind of misses for me. I'm not gonna lie.
so you ain't like punk rocky. You ain't like
Yeah, I was like, "Okay," but I'm not gonna knock him for it because he's always been the one to show that he wanted to get experimental. I
yeah,
think
yeah,
Testing, his last project, showed that a lot more compared to, like, Long Live ASAP and, all those other projects, so I feel like he's leading into it a little bit more of that, like, "Hey, I got the Rager fans too, so let me tap in with them." But, I would say just to give you a idea of like the type of rock music I like, I really did like the Cozy tapes that he did with ASAP Mobs, the
Okay.
Cozy tapes, the first one and the second one. I pumped both of those heavily. And then Long Live ASAP, I would say is like the top project, his project. I would
Okay.
say to me, Testing and At Long Last weren't played as much. And I think specifically Testing because he was tapping more into like that rager thing. I know a lot of people like to say like, oh, Travis is kind of like, you know, inspired by that version of Rocky. But my first take ratings, at first I was giving it a 6 out of 10, no lie. And then I ran a couple of those top tracks back over, or those tracks that I felt like were like halfway for me. And I'm like, okay, I think I could give it a 7. I
Right,
think
right.
I could give it a 7. It has potential to maybe grow, but I know those songs that I don't like, I don't know if they're gonna grow on me at all. Songs will just build the value of the
Building
album
up a
for
little
me.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. It is a little bit different, and I think, that's intentional. I think he wanted to be different with this project. He got the legendary film director Tim Burton to do the artwork. Yeah, which is crazy. So that's what's up. So I guess he wanted to test the boundaries with it and do something different. It's been what, 8 years since his last project, I think it was.
Yeah.
Almost
Yeah,
8.
literally 2018.
Yeah.
Actually remember I was at Rolling Loud and
Okay.
he was the last performer, came out. That was the last, I think that was the last Rolling Loud in New York, I think, but he had it going crazy and I
Yeah.
was split. I was like, "Oh, I want to see Uzi and Young Thug at the
Yeah.
time." And I was literally like standing, like, with the festivals, the stage is not too far. I was like at the back of Uzi, but I was able to see his stage too. I'm like, bro, I'm in two different concerts right now. Bro, I'm leaving. They were still going. Like he went overtime with it. And this is when Rihanna popped out with him. And I knew that was a very like hype moment for him. And I wish he kept the momentum going after that. But he wasn't taking any L's during this time. He became a father. He's been tapping into the fashion, like you said, and I think he's always been known for like that swag. Just like growing up, for me, growing up in the city, I always saw like people just like, yo, Rocky always got that inspiration, and people wanted to dress like him. So, you know, kudos to him and just building up multiple revenues of income. You know what I'm saying? And this project, 7 out of 10 for now. We're gonna see where it goes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, all right, that's fair enough. I think it's a fair score. I think it's a fair score. And everything like that. So, what are I guess, your top 3 songs on there? If you had to give, do you have a top 3 or a favorite song?
Yeah, that was a tough one, no lie. I literally like wrote them down and I feel like I kept moving them as I
Yeah,
would
yeah, yeah.
replay them. I'm like, no, this one, this one. So top song. So I'm not gonna lie, I still have Helicopter at the top
Me too.
because of his, like, he's on there solo. I feel like he was really actually rapping throughout the song, and the video adds to it. The video was really fucking cool, and I feel like that bumped the song up a bit. But yeah, that's top one, and then the next one was that Robbery song with Doechii that kind of snuck up on me.
My note showed us I got robbery. I got helicopter and robbery.
Yeah. You know what it was? It was just like, you can't deny a song that excels at a theme so well. Like
Right.
they really took us back. I felt like I was in this club listening to them rapping on the piano, like a jazzy type of poetic vibe, and then come to find out we get is a stick up, like the whole storytelling.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I
yeah,
was just
yeah.
like, oh, I feel like Doechii really pushed him to really
I
get in
love
his
that.
bag.
Yeah, I love it. Do you think it got a similar vibe to Kendrick Lamar's what is it, For Free? When you were doing like spoken word off of To Pimp a Butterfly, do you see any correlation? To me it kind of similar. Uh
Did not think of that until you said it, but now that I'm thinking about those tracks and the fact that like, oh, they did have a little bit of TDE representation on the, I think that's where it's coming from for sure. Because I could see Doechii definitely leaning into stuff like that as she already has with like some of her tracks. So I do think he was like, "Hey, how can I merge our styles together? How can I really give you a lane to like running because Doechii definitely does that. I'll give you like this alter ego on the track with you and really dive into a whole nother personality. So I don't know. Maybe I feel like he wouldn't be shy to say, yeah, I was inspired by that because that was some flea shit.
Yes, for real, for real. Okay.
But yeah, and then if I had to give it number 3, this was tough. I'm not gonna lie. I have like 7 songs on here that I really do like, but if I had to wind it down, I'm not gonna lie, the Stop Snitching with Salsa Walker, I was actually surprised.
Uh,
Salsa did a pretty fire job. He elevated it and Rocky
that's
did
my
good
number
too.
3.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Got it written down right here. So
That's
that's your
funny as hell.
those your top 3?
Yeah, literally. I mean, I will screenshot it, but yeah, helicopter robberies,
Yo, that's
stop
crazy.
snitching, and then I have Playa, Stay Here for Life, Stole Your Flow, and Fish and Steak. That's how I rank the rest of them.
Yeah, so I guess I just piggyback. I got helicopter, I got robbery, and I got stop snitching. My favorite feature on the album is from Tyler the Creator off Stake In. What?
Yeah, what it is.
Yeah, yeah. So I liked it that. I was gonna say the Doje, is my favorite feature, but I already had her up there as the top 3, so I didn't want to be redundant with it. So
Yeah, I feel you.
and so
That was tough, no lie. I do feel you on that. Because I did put her again as the top feature.
okay,
But
no,
if
that's
I
fine.
had to choose a second one,
Okay,
because she already got an award, right? We want to spread the love.
right.
Tyler the Creator did surprise me though. I was like, oh, he's giving that like I don't
Tyler
know.
been getting busy lately
Yeah,
though.
he's giving that. He's right. He's really showing like, yo, I could really step into any type of rap form you want me to.
Yeah.
Don't put me in a box. I love that about him right now. And Jazzy, I really did appreciate seeing her on this because I've listened to her previous projects, just her singing and stuff, and she's been really working on building her career. So I was like, oh shit, not you getting on ASAP shit. So I'm like, where you gonna go with this now? Keep it going from there. Um, I am debating between Salsa and Tyler. Man, I feel like for right now, Doechii still got it. Second might be Salsa, then third would be Tyler if I had to just run it like that. But who knows? I might wake up tomorrow and Tyler
Yeah,
might
yeah,
be
yeah,
the
yeah.
best feature. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of music. It's gonna change. Your taste gonna change.
Right.
Song might be your favorite, but you listen to it more. This song might jump ahead of that song. So that's to me, I think that's the great thing about it. You know what I'm saying? Continually evolving every day. Like you said, you can wake up tomorrow and you might not even like the album no more. Or 6 months. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is.
Right.
Or you might love it. So that but okay. Speaking of that, do you see yourself replaying this album once all the hype has died down? It's 6, 7 months later in the summertime. Do you see yourself going back to this project? Do you think it's that good that you could revisit it later on in the year?
I hope so because that is really telling of how good a project
Yeah,
is,
exactly.
because there are times where I've reviewed projects and I was so gassed in the beginning. I'll be like, oh, this was a 9 out of 10.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
I go back and I'm like, I'm looking back, yo, I didn't even play this project since I've reviewed it. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Or since like maybe a month or two after. Songs that I could put I would love to hear "Stay Here for Life" in the summertime, nice weather with Brett Faiyaz and him. That and the Player song, I feel like those vibes, I feel like if I heard that, that will take me back to the album again and wanna make me replay it to see how I'm feeling about it. So, there's that potential there with those kind of I feel like whenever you got that kinda like R&B kind of mixing, that's where you create that like everlasting kind of like potential to be like one of those bangers that you just want to hear like top down if you gotta tap down. I don't gotta tap down, but my sunroof counts,
Yeah,
open
yeah,
it
yeah,
up.
yeah. I'm with you because, like you said, that's important. For example, that Clips album from last year, last summer, I'm still playing that. That's one of my favorite albums that came out in a while. I'm like that album got crack in it. Like that shit is
Literally, like they said
yeah,
they did it. They literally put it in the
yeah.
album.
Exactly. It's something about the album I keep going back to. And when it's been out, what, 7 months now, 8 months? I
Yeah,
still keep
no.
on playing it, in the whip while I'm driving, going back to it, playing songs here and there. And so that that tells you how good a album is, and I haven't had an album to make me do that in a while.
Yeah. No, they Eclipse, man, listen, I knew that it would be a good project, but I didn't expect
Yeah,
it to be a
I didn't
great
expect that.
project. Like, it made me like, I always respected Pusha T and, Malice as rappers, but it made me a fan. Like, it made me like, "Yo, can y'all go on tour again? Can y'all run it back? Cause I missed it, I'm sorry. Can y'all come back to my city,
Yeah,
please?"
color. Have to.
Right, like, literally, I was like, "This is that shit."
Them
Like,
boys make
that
it, hey man.
DNX, I'm not gonna lie, had a lot of replays,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that was, like, the shocking replay value for me.
Hmm. Those two albums, GNX and Let God Sort Them Out, those two, and within the last year or two, and hip hop, though, yo, they have a lot of great replay value in those two projects. Like they just don't get.
I'm still here, hold on.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It don't get old. It don't get stale. People, you still can. It's still refreshing, in my opinion. It's still
Right.
refreshing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So like I said, I really enjoying everything about the project and stuff like that. So yeah, so you give the Don't Be Dumb 7 out of 10, you said?
Yeah, I
Uh,
started with a 6.5. It was like a 6, 6.5, and then after I played those, like, tracks that I really like, I was like, "Okay, I think they're pushing that number."
you know, it's fair. I think it's a fair ranking, you know what I'm saying? So the misses on there, how many I think it has quite a few. It has quite a few
Yeah.
misses that you could say, "Ah, he could have kept that shit off of there. Why did you put this up?"
Yeah, like, yeah, no,
I've heard at least 2 or 3 of 'em. I'm like, "You could have kept that shit."
yeah, the no trespassing, I didn't even have no notes about it, I was just like, "Eh."
No trespassing, you wasn't feeling that one?
I wasn't feeling that one.
And
I especially wasn't feeling the STFU and the punk
I
rock
wasn't
you
feeling that one either. I wasn't feeling
and the Air Force. I don't know if I gotta hear them again, but like, you know what? I was coming off a player and then no trespassing. I was like, oh, and then stop snitching. I'm like, yeah, this don't really add up to those for me at least.
yeah, I'm with you, I'm with you. But the no trespassing, I guess I could say I'm a half and half. I didn't think it was a bad song, but, you know, would I consider it a miss? I don't know. I don't know if I consider it a miss, but wasn't one of my favorites, but I don't think it was too bad, you know.
Yeah, I feel like for me, when I'm ranking them, I'm like, okay, 1 to 3, I just keep it a short scale. I'm like, it's either mid, it's good, it's great, I wanna replay it again, and I gave it a mid, like a 1 out of 3, because I feel like, I could do without it, but Imma go back, Imma give it a chance. Let me see, maybe that's one that kinda pushes that from a 7 to 7.5 if the score does go up.
Fair enough. I like that. I like that. So anything else you want to talk about far as Don't Be Dumb before we move on to the next topic? Anything else you want to add to it that we probably missed or you want to share, you want to talk about?
I think my biggest question is, do we feel like he should continue to take any jabs at Drake or give him any attention at this point? He did seemingly address him on Stole Your Follow. At first I was like, this could be about anybody trying to benefit the doubt, but then he
Yeah.
said the BBL comment and I was like,
Yeah,
oh.
yeah. He's definitely talking about.
Yeah, so, like, does he need to continue to do this? I feel like, first he had to get it off his chest again, I guess, but should he continue?
I think he's gonna have to at this point because he said something. And one thing we learned about Drake is definitely gonna come back and say something. You already know. So Drake, one thing and I guess we need to ask the question: can Drake beef with anybody anymore? That's the question we need to ask. There might be another episode because he sued. He did worse than
Right,
Cole did. He went to court about a diss record. So do anybody want to hear Drake trying to diss anybody anymore or talking crazy?
right. It's like you stepping on him like while he kinda down,
Yeah,
and it's his own fault because
yeah,
nobody
exactly,
you
exactly.
coulda lost and not sued, you know what I'm saying? Then we'd have been like, "Alright."
So he definitely committed a cardinal sin in hip hop. So he gonna have to keep it going now. Cause like I said, he put the diss out there Stole Your Flow. Ain't his name of the song? I think it is.
Yes, yeah, Storyful.
Drake is going to respond, knowing that we know Drake. Drake is gonna say something back.
Yeah, it's either gonna be like a series of posts on
Yeah,
Instagram.
it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. You gonna say Drake? I will give him that. And going back to the Kendrick and going back to the beef with the Kendrick and J. Cole and everybody when they were doing that. That's what people will give Drake that credit. Drake ain't back down. He came back, which I predicted. I said, yeah, Drake gonna say something. Drake gonna come.
Yeah.
I thought Cole being that peaceful type of guy, Cole might let it slide, but I like Drake definitely gonna come back.
He gonna be like, hold on, bro. I've been talking all this shit. I better speak up now.
Yeah, exactly. So he know on Drake and what he does, he's gonna answer ASAP Rock
We
with that.
gotta see what he gonna do.
Yeah, just got to see. And Iceman coming up this year, whenever that's supposed to be coming, so he's gonna be throwing shots at him.
Right. Do you think he's gonna be on Cole's album? I saw some people saying that on Cole's Finsta, it's like the fall off, the name of the Instagram. He has a post of Drake and it says Iceman. Or it says Cinema, and Cinema flipped around is Iceman. So people were wondering, since Cole still got the photo up of Drake performing, that he might be on there, which would be interesting. It's like, oh, you still
Pretty
teaming
interesting,
up?
but I don't think so. I think Drake a little mad at Cole, man.
Yeah. And I feel like it'll be like not even beneficial for Cole at that point to put him on there. Like, if
Yeah,
anything, what are you doing at this point? You saying that you backed out for his feelings?
exactly. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he's gonna be on there. I would love to see clips on the new Cole album. I know it's not. That would be crazy.
He need to say, listen, Drake, you need to understand.
Drake definitely would talk to him because
Yeah.
it's
But you gonna have to understand because you done a lot of goofy shit yourself. This
man.
is for the culture.
J. Cole and the clip track, right?
That crazy.
That would shut the internet down. Like that would be the talk of
Yeah.
like everybody would be talking.
And I'm talking like I need
That would be crazy.
clips together, then I need him and Malice, and then I need him and Pusha. Like I need 3 versions.
Oh, you ain't playing fair with that one.
Yeah, I'm making a personal
Hip hop
request right now.
vibes make that happen.
Yeah, like somebody at them, please.
Put the clips on that, Jake.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
That will go crazy. That would be a missed opportunity if he did not. I feel like they just, they on that motion right now.
Both of them, like the clips is everything they touching, they kill it, and they gonna bring it. If J. Cole called them or say, "Hey, I want to send y'all something. I want y'all to be on,"
they will pull up. They'll be like, "All right, bro, we don't care about that boy."
No, they don't care. They don't care. But them boys will go crazy, man.
Yeah. I think Stove God Cooks too would be nice with J. Cole if he needs some fire hooks.
That'd be different.
Right. I think that would be a nice, because he been on his run too. So I think he need to knock on Cole's door. Like, let me get something on there. I got you. You need me to sing this? I got you. I do it all. You want me to rap?
What you think about Hov? I think Hov should give pop up on that since it's Jay. I know it's not gonna happen. I think Jay-Z should be on that he was on his first album, so why not be on his last? Give him a little part. He introduced J. Cole on Blueprint 3 on Stars Born, I think his name was. Make a part 2 or something like that, or a whole
it really depends on what their current relationship is, because
yeah,
with this track 2 of this 2, people were speculating that line when he was singing in reverse, when he was like, I was signed to a so-called legend. It was like, why did you say it like that? Hold on. Are we reading too far? Or is this meant to be a certain way? But, if they're good, that would be nice.
That's my wish.
Yeah. Because, Jay-Z don't even got to drop an album. He could just show up every now and then and be like, all right, bro, you need me to turn it up a notch a little bit? I got you.
Got you. So we can get, like I said, this is all hypothetical. This shit ain't gonna happen. We can get a Jay-Z feature on the Cole album and a Clips feature.
Yeah. And if you can't do Jay-Z, I'll take the Clips. I'm settling, but
I'll take the Clips. I'll take that. I'm telling you, I would take that. That would be crazy. Man.
Yeah. I'll be like, all right, bro. You really got the right idea.
Real, if for real, because they seem like they do their best with when Pharrell produced with them.
Yeah, for sure. You need Pharrell on that. It's not gonna hit. You can't deny Pharrell's, producing ability, honestly.
Like I said, it's not gonna happen because he got the relationship with Drake. Whatever's left of it,
Yeah,
he ain't gonna he ain't
he
gonna do that.
closing himself in, so hopefully he
Yeah,
breaking out. Maybe this is the time that he shows that, but
that'll be crazy. If they could cancel 2026 if they give us that.
yeah, I think it'll be very telling. That'll be another L for the boy, but shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got a lot to look forward to outside of like what we have, what we're looking forward to. Is there anyone that you're looking forward to hearing more from this year that maybe hasn't dropped in a minute, or they did drop last year recently? You want them to keep that momentum going?
Okay. First off the bat, we just mentioned the clips. Keep that momentum. Give us another album this year. You know, I would say them. Hopefully they follow up. I doubt this will happen. Hopefully Kendrick could drop something this year. But we know that's far fetched. Let me see. Killer Mike. Killer Mike is a dope MC. His last album came out what in 2023, I think. So it's coming up
Yeah, and then he
3
had the
years.
whole Grammy time for
Yeah,
him
won
to
the
redeem
Grammy.
himself.
Yeah, exactly. So it's you want to follow that up. He's a dope lyricist. That album was amazing. So hopefully we hear something from him. Killer might drop an album. I know Baby King supposed to be dropping this year.
I hope it's true because I feel like every year at the top of the year we get this rumor that Baby Keem might do something, and I'm like, am I going crazy? This keeps happening.
Yeah,
But I would really, I mean, if Kendrick can't drop again because he rightfully so needs to take a break. He literally just finished touring
right.
after like he been like violating this man's career and then having his highest moment of the last 2 years. He
Went
been
on
on the
a
run.
victory lap. Went on a victory lap after
Literally. So
throwing
if
this
Keem
thing.
could pop out, that'd be lit. I mean, if for me, I would say even Rowdy Rich, but who knows at this point? I think he's afraid to drop. I don't know, but
Okay, that's who you looking forward
I
to.
would say outside of that, for like on the woman's side of things, Oh, Millie, I really did appreciate her last project. It's called Fine Ho Stay. She had dropped that in 2024, and like she had a couple tracks on there that was really popping. She had the Never Lose Me song with SZA and Cardi B. So I feel like she was actually like finally getting the acknowledgement that she deserves as like a talented rapper, and like she kind of just stopped. Well, she did get pregnant, and had her relationship going on. Now she's seemingly single and about to make an appearance to the scene. So I want to see her pop out with a project. We got like a little single, but like I feel like she was just starting to like, cause she's always been doing her things. Like now she's getting that mainstream acknowledgement. So I would love to see her do more of whatever she did on Fine Ho State, but take it to the next level. So I would say for sure. I mean, if Clips could do it again, do it
Woo.
again.
Again,
Baby Keem, Rowdy Rich, if you could finally drop, please do it, man. I really did like the what is it? Please excuse me for being antisocial and his other project, the first one. So listen, those will be my top right now.
okay, that's that. I like that. I like, it. And of course, Hove. Hey, Jay, you ain't
Hey,
what's the album, man? It's been almost 10 years. Come on,
right.
Hove.
Nas is out here dropping. Come
Nas
on.
out here, man. Nas did a whole legend has it with all the elder state and the old guys or whatever you want to have it. So Jay-Z, man, give us an album this year. Hopefully,
Right. We
give us
even
one
got Max B fresh out.
right. And that so it's a lot of dope stuff coming. I think it's gonna be a great year. Coming up. It's early, beginning of the year, and we getting J. Cole. We already got ASAP. So I'm looking forward to it, and of course, guys that always be consistent with it, like the Griselda guys, West Side Gun. They always got something coming out. It seems like those guys never take no time off. They always dropping, which is a great thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna need to hear like more from them, and then specifically from the Black Soprano family, El Camino.
Okay.
I liked his project Mino that he dropped, and I feel like he's like a hidden star. Like I feel like if you tapped in with them, like you obviously like listen to the different dudes that be rapping with Benny and everything, but on a mainstream level, I feel like he got that energy to be mainstream. I feel like he is very versatile. He's kind of like Stove God in the sense that like he can give you a different vibe depending on if you want that drill, if you want that boom bap, if you want, something a little more like on that ladies vibe, he could do that too.
Okay, all right, that's what's up. That's dope. And The Alchemist is a lot of stuff. This ain't really hip hop, but it's kind of hip hop. Him and the Erica Badu project
Right, right, right.
coming out, so I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, it's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be a great time for Freddie Gibbs. Hopefully, he drops something again.
Yeah, I'll take some. Listen,
Take some
Alfredo
more
too
Freddie.
was pretty
Yeah,
solid.
yeah, exactly. So take some more Freddie Gibbs, if. So hopefully he drops something. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I mean, it's a lot more that I want to hear, but if I had to name right off the bat, I would say those people that I mentioned.
Yeah, no, I am aligned. I would love to hear music from all of them, honestly. If Hope can surprise us, great. Listen, Hope, if it's not gonna be better than anything you ever dropped, don't even risk it though.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You don't even risk it.
Right.
ASAP, tell your wifey I will take some music from her too. Right, right. Hey, they moved the culture, so we want to hear from them.
Rihanna, I doubt that them two would drop anytime soon, but hey, girl, you could wish.
We might get another children's song, so yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You'll have to take that.
Yeah, we had to take it. But yeah, that's pretty much it, that I could think of that I really be checking for. So yeah, and I would like to see that since we throwing them out there. I would like to
Yeah.
see that Nas and AZ album come out. Them
Right. Oh yeah, that would
I would love to see that,
yeah.
even though, I don't think it would ever happen, but I mean we got the Firm album, but we didn't get them two
Right.
collab. So
Almost, come on, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Might as well,
Might as well at this point. So yeah, so that's my hip hop wish list for 2026. You
Right.
know?
Oh, yeah, that's a good way to put a hip hop wish list. So
Yeah.
we are gonna wait and see what happens, and if they pop up, you know what I'm saying, we might have to pop back up together
Yeah.
and tell
Oh,
y'all about it.
yeah, for sure, for sure. And like I said, it's just a wish list. Some of it was very far fetched, like
Don't be coming at us like, are you
exactly.
kidding me, bruh? Did you
Yeah,
not look
exactly.
at
A Jay-Z album or Frank Ocean or Rihanna. Those are very far fetched. And Nas and AZ dropping the collab album. But so you could wish,
Right,
having your what you want to see happen. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Have a little fun with it.
right.
Oh yeah. All right. So that pretty much it. That pretty much do it for us. It was a great episode. Getting to
Thank
chop it
you.
up. With everything. Looking forward to the fall off and everything like that. J. Cole come to deliver. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, this is Music Culture Daily. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate the support. I'm your boy Maurice.
I'm Lee with The Culture Decides. I'm happy to be here. Y'all make sure y'all do what Marie says. Like,
Yeah.
comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Check
saying?
out The Culture Decides, social media, YouTube. I'm trying to link everything below and all that good stuff. So yeah, definitely. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Peace out.